Okay, well, the next $100 grows for just 39.98 years, right? Okay? So the second row could read, I'm sorry, so D4 could read this, right? Make sense? But better, I didn't leave myself enough room. So I'm going to have to kind of spill over into another line. But we're going to raise that to what? Not 40, it's 40 minus something, right? It would be 40 minus what? If you use 52 weeks, and that's probably a good idea, it'd be 40 minus 1 over 52, right? Because 1 week is 1/52nd of a year. Okay? Now, if you do that, never ever trust order of operations in Excel. But of course, this is bad with order of operations no matter what, right? Excel does not understand order of operations, so you just assume it doesn't know anything about the order of operations. So you're going to want to put parentheses around the 40 minus 1 over 52. And now you don't know if it's going to subtract the 1 from the 40 or divide 1 by 52 first. Turns out Excel will do the division first, but you never trust it, because there are places where it does not follow the order of operations. It was written by accountants, not by mathematicians, for convenience to accountants. So if a scientist is going to use it or a mathematician, you got to be careful about its erroneous mathematics. Okay? So you're going to have to put parentheses around the 1 over 52. Okay? Does that make sense? Because now it's only growing for this many years. Okay? Then next, well, what would D4 read? Going to be identical to this except for what? It's going to be 2 over 52, right? Now you put 1 over 26, but let's just think 2 over 52 because you got clear changes in the numbers. There's no advantage at all to simplifying that. Excel will deal with this just as well as we deal with 1 over 26, right? Okay? You could do that. But you'd still have to type this fraction in every time for 2,000, over 2,000 cells, 2,040 cells, right? 2,080 cells. Duh. Okay? So that'd be massively inconvenient, wouldn't it? Mm-hmm. But there's a very simple thing you can do. Okay, this is going to go into B3, right? Or into, I'm sorry, D4. So here's D4, right? You see you've got a 1 right here. Could you use that? Yeah, you could use this 1 and you could use this cell instead of 1. Okay? So instead of 1, you could just type in C4 with no dollar signs. Okay? Make sense? And then when you get down to this one, and to get the 2, well, that's just C5, right? Okay? So, okay? So you put that in D4, and in D5 it'd be identical except you'd use C5, right? Well, that doesn't seem to be an advantage over this because it takes longer to type in C4 and C5 than it does 1 and 2, right? But the cool thing is, once you've typed that in to D4, all you got to do is go to D4, move the cursor here, and you'll know you've got it in the right place when it changes from a fat cross to a skinny cross. Hold down the mouse, and then just pull it down until you get down to line 2000, and it'll fill these in automatically. Okay? Now, this process is easily adaptable to doing trapezoidal approximation graphs. Okay? So we're going to quickly kind of talk about how we do that with the normal curve. So you might not totally understand this, but you kind of get the idea. There's a convenient way in Excel using stuff like this, and right there are exactly what the cell references are going to look like, okay? And once you've typed this one in, it'll automatically do the rest if you just drag the mouse. Okay? And as a matter of fact, you don't have to drag this one down. You just fill in 0, 1, and 2, let's say. You fill in these 3 cells. So this cell would be filled like this. And then you just highlight that and drag it down, and it'll follow the pattern. Okay? That's fairly ignorant about what kind of patterns it'll follow, but it's still highly useful. Okay? You don't have a lot of options for what kind of patterns. Also, pretty much any spreadsheet, and there's free spreadsheets out there you can download on your phone, on your computer, whatever device you want to use, that do the same thing. And pretty much with the same conventions, okay? So once you understand how to do in Excel, you can download a free spreadsheet. They don't have all the features of Excel, but there's no feature of Excel I've ever used that's not there on every free thing I've ever seen. Of course, I won't use Excel for a lot of things. Okay, because it's easier to program if you know a little programming, okay?